for this worship team. Thank you that you've given them the heart. Thank you that you've given them the desire to use the talents that you've given them for your glory. I just want to pray, Lord, that you bless them and use them mightily wherever they go, not only when they're singing, not only when they're playing the instrument, but even in their normal walk of life, that they would glorify you, that they would be able to tell others about you, even through the simple steps that they take in their life. Bless their voices, bless their talents, bless the instruments. Just multiply their time. The time that is so precious when they're studying and working and doing other things. I pray that you would find enough time in their schedule so they can practice, they can learn new songs, and then they can use all of that for your honor and glory. So again, put the worship team especially in your care. And put the rest of our worship service in your care as well. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Savior. Okay, phones on silent, including my own. Okay. All right. We want to start with a prayer for the worship team, and that's what that was. But even in your prayers, always hold them in your prayers. But we will start our worship service now officially. We like to start as close to the time as possible. So let us pray and continue our worship. Heavenly Father, thank you again. Thank you for bringing all of these people here right now in your presence, in your worship house. Lord, we are in your house right now. And I pray, Lord, that just like we would respect our own homes, just like we would respect when we go to a friend's home or a relative's home, that we would respect your home. This is the home, Lord, where even though we know you reside everywhere, we know this is where we come to meet you at an appointed time. So as we are getting ready to meet you, I just pray that our hearts would be just filled with your love, with your grace, with your mercy. I pray, Lord, that there would be nothing else in our minds right now that is occupying our mind and our hearts, Lord. We need to empty all of those things and fill ourselves with you. Lord, I want to pray a special blessing, especially upon those who have come here and separated this time to worship you. Again, I want to put the worship team in your care. Again, I want to put people who pray for our services. I want to pray for people who watch on the internet. I want to pray for people who call us and constantly support us and encourage us. Thank you again, Lord, that you are an amazing God and you are using us in some small way to glorify your name. Glorify your name right now also in our midst. Everything we do here today, Lord, let us come to know this majestic God who you are in singing, in hearing your word, and in fellowship. All of that, Lord, we just surrender to you completely. And we ask these things be possible in the name of Jesus Christ, our Savior. Amen.
जय गीतमय जी कितना संतोष है यीशु ने मुझे साथ में दिया है कितना नया किताब है ओके जीवन નથી આવડતું તેઓ અમારી સાથે ગાવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરજો આપણા સ્થાન પર ઊભા થઈશું અને ગીતમાં જોડાઈશું
Hallelujah.
બીજા ગીતમાં જોડે ગીતના શબ્દો છે હમ ગાય ઉત્સાહ
तू राजा
Can we give a big round of applause first to Hamara Khuda? Let's give him a big. એ જે છે ને એના લીધે આવા હૃદયમાંથી ભાવ નીકળે છે, આઈ થિંક, રાઈટ? આપણે બધા બેઠેલા માટે તો સાચી વાત છે કે એની ઓળખ આપણને છે. અને આઈ ઓલ્સો વોન્ટ ટુ ગિવ અ બિગ રાઉન્ડ ઓફ અપ્લોઝ ટુ અવર વર્શિપ ટીમ. સો ઓસમ સિંગિંગ. થેન્ક યુ. અમને તમે આ રીતે લીડ કરો છો. વી એન્જોય. I don't want to say it in any negative way કે બીજા કોઈ જગ્યાની કે ચર્ચની કે કોઈ ખરાબ રીતે નહીં, પણ I enjoy coming here. હું અહીંયા આવું છું તો મને મજા આવે છે. અમે આવ્યા એની તમે લોકો છે હમણાં આવ્યા કદાચ મિસ કર્યું, પણ જે છેલ્લી 20-25 મિનિટમાં એટલે 5 વાગ્યા પહેલાંની જે 20-25 એમાં જે હસવાનું અને કોમેન્ટ્સ બધા એકબીજાની સાથે પ્રેમમાં, રાઈટ? પણ આઈ મીન આ બધું વાત કામ કરતા કરતા એનો એક જાતનો પેલો કલબલાટ કે ને આપણને જે મધુર લાગે એવું આમ આઈ થિંક કોઈ એન્ટર થાય તો કેટલું બધું હસવાનું અને સરસ કંઈક ચાલી રહ્યું છે. સો હું એવી પ્રાર્થના કરું છું કે ઈશ્વર તમને એ જ આત્મામાં ધરી રાખે. એક એવું જે આત્માની વાત છે, આપણે મે બી નેક્સ્ટ ટાઈમ ચાન્સ મળશે ત્યારે હું કહીશ. મને ગુણિયાટીને કહેવા પર મેં એક સરસ ટોપિક તૈયાર કર્યો છે કે The 7 spirits of God. 7 જે આપણે દેવીઓની હમણાં આપણે નંબર્સમાં બહુ ટૂંકમાં જોયું, પણ રેવલેશનમાં આપણે જોઈએ છે બાઇબલમાં ઘણી બધી જગ્યાએ. સો આઈ હેવ પ્રિપેર્ડ ધેટ વેરી એક્સટેન્સિવલી. પણ આજે એ નહીં સાંભળવા મળે, કારણ કે આજે પ્રભુને એક બીજા સેવક સંદેશો લાવવાના છે કે જેમને ઉભરો આવી રહ્યો છે કે હું શું કહી નાખું પ્રભુ વિશે. સો અત્યારથી ચાલુ થાય ત્યાં સુધી તમે ઓનેસ્ટને તમારી પ્રેયરમાં ધરી રાખજો. આઈ નો એનો જે પ્રસંગમાંથી પસાર થયો આપણે જાણીએ છીએ, અને આઈ નો કે એના હૃદયમાં બધા બહુ જ એવા ભાવ આમ ઉભરાતા હશે કે કેવું શું થયું, કેવી રીતે પ્રભુએ. સો આઈ સેડ યસ, પ્લીઝ ગો એહેડ એન્ડ શેર. સાથે સાથે મારે તમને એટલે એ બી વાત કરી છે કે MGM આપણે જે મળીએ છીએ ને, મારું એન્ટાયર પર્પઝ આ અહીંયા વર્શિપ માટે કે ભેગા મળવા માટે ઇઝ ટુ હેવ અ પ્લેટફોર્મ ટુ ક્રિએટ લીડર્સ ફોર ધ ફ્યુચર. ઈશ્વરની મંડળીમાં, ઈશ્વરના રાજ્યમાં ભવિષ્યના લીડર્સ તમે લોકો છો. ઇવન એઝ લિટલ એઝ મિનલ, someday Minal, you are standing up here doing something, okay? કદાચ તમને દરેક જગ્યાએ એવું ચાન્સ આપણે જે બધું ફોર્મલ ચાલતું હોય એમાં કદાચ ના મળે. આપણે થોડું ઇનફોર્મલી કરીએ છીએ, રાઈટ? આઈ મીન વી સિંગ, વી વર્શિપ, વી હેવ ફન. ઘણી વાર આપણે બાઇબલ સ્ટડીમાં ગેમ્સ રમીને બી આપણે શીખીએ છીએ. વેરી ઇનફોર્મલ, રાઈટ? પણ પ્રભુની જ વાત છે. એટલે મારી એવી ઈચ્છા છે કે આવનાર દિવસોમાં કોઈક બીજું બી મને સામે ચાલીને કે મારે કશું કહેવું છે પ્રભુ વિશે. આપણે પેલો જ્યારે ઓપન ટાઈમ રાખીએ છીએ ત્યારે બહુ ઘણી વાર ગેપ પડતો હોય છે. પણ જો કોઈકને એવું લાગે કે મારે કોઈક જાતનો પ્રભુ તરફથી મળતો મેસેજ બીજાને આપવો છે, સો લેટ મી નો. ધીસ ઇઝ એઝ લોંગ એઝ ઇટ ઇઝ ગ્લોરીફાઈંગ ગોડ, રાઈટ? આપણી પોતાની કોઈ બાબત નહીં, પણ પ્રભુનું નામ. Okay, so at least now you know that Honest is going to preach today, and that is his topic about shipwrecked from Acts chapter 27. એને આપણે આગળ આવશે. પણ મારે તમને કરીએ પહેલાં એક બે બીજી વાતો કરીશું આપણે, જે મારે તમને આજે ખાસ શેર કરવી છે. પહેલાં મેં કહ્યું પ્રમાણે, રિમેમ્બર ધીસ દેટ MGM again is a training ground. ઓકે, તમારા માટે ટ્રેનિંગ ગ્રાઉન્ડ છે, મારા માટે બી ટ્રેનિંગ ગ્રાઉન્ડ છે, કારણ કે પ્રભુ આપણને આગળ જતા ઘણું બધું બીજું મોટું કરાવવા માંગે છે આપણી પાસે. સો લેટ ધીસ બી લાઈક અ સ્પ્રિંગ બોર્ડ દેટ અહીંથી આપણે ઉછળીને એવી કોઈ ઊંચાઈએ પહોંચીએ કે કોઈક જોરદાર આપણે કામ કરી શકીએ બધા જ. ઓકે, વોટ વી લર્ન હિયર ઓલ. બીજી વસ્તુ કે જે એક શું કહેવાય જુદી જે બાબત કરવાની છે ને એના માટે હું તમને કહું. ઘણા લોકોને એવું થાય કે કેમ આવું જુદું ચાલે છે અહીંયા, બધા ચર્ચમાં આવું નથી હોતું, આમ હતું. ઘણા લોકો સલાહ બી આપે, ઘણા લોકોને મન થતું હશે કે હું કંઈક સલાહ આપું, કેમ આવું. એના માટે હું તમને એક વાત કહું. બહુ જ મોટા ઇવેન્જલિસ્ટ હતા. Think about it like Billy Graham, okay? Probably not Billy Grahamની વાત નથી, પણ somebody like Billy Graham, બહુ જ મોટા, અને એમની રીતે ઘણું બધું ઇવેન્જલિઝમનું ને એવું બધું કાર્ય કરતા હતા. હવે એમના ચર્ચમાં એક લેડી હતા ને, તે લેડી એમને કાયમ એવું કહે કે તમે જે કરો છો ને આ બરાબર નથી કરતા, તમે જે પેલું કરો છો ને એ બરાબર નથી કરતા, તમે જે પેલું બહાર જઈને આમ પેલા લોકોને કહો છો ને એ તમે બરાબર નથી કરતા. એટલે આવી બધી એમની કોમેન્ટ કાયમ હોય પેલા ઇવેન્જલિસ્ટ જે કામ કરતા હતા મોટું, રાઈટ? તો આ બેનને એમનું કંઈ કાર્ય બરાબર લાગતું નહોતું. એટલે પછી પેલા ઇવેન્જલિસ્ટે એમને બેનને એક દાડો કહ્યું કે છે કે આઈ એગ્રી વિથ યુ, તમે જે કહો છો હું માનું છું કે મારી બધી રીતો સારી નથી, મારું હું જે રીતે કાર્ય કરું છું એ યોગ્ય નથી, મને ખબર છે, પણ મને તમે આઈડિયા આપો ને કે કેવી રીતે કરવાનું. તમે જો મને શીખવાડો તમે કેવી રીતે કરો છો અને કેવી રીતે કરવું જોઈએ એવું તમે મને કહો તો હું પણ મારી રીતો સુધારું. તો પેલા બેન કે ના એવું તો હું કંઈ કરતી નથી, કે હું પોતે તો નથી કરતી કે છે. તો પેલા ઇવેન્જલિસ્ટે એને એવું કહ્યું કે તો પછી હમણાં હું મારી રીતે જે કરું છું હું ચાલુ રાખીશ. જ્યાં સુધી તમે તમારી એવી કોઈ ચાલુ નહીં કરીને મને કોઈ સારી પ્રોસિજર નહીં કહો કે જે બહુ સક્સેસફુલ જાય છે ત્યાં સુધી મને મારી રીતે કરવા દો. સો ધીસ ઇઝ વોટ આઈ સજેસ્ટ, રાઈટ? આપણે કશું કાર્ય કરીએ છીએ અને તમને બી જો કોઈ કેવું કહે કે કેમ આવું કે કેમ થયું, તો ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ ઇફ ધેર ઇઝ અ બેટર ઓલ્ટરનેટિવ. ઇફ ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ અ બેટર, કશું બીજું છે જ નહીં ઓપ્શન, તો કામમાં ચાલુ રહેવું, બંધ ના કરવું. ધેટ ઇઝ ટ્રુ. અને લાસ્ટલી આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ રીકેપ આપણા જુલાઈ 4th નો એક્સપિરિયન્સ. જે લોકો આવ્યા હતા એમને બધાને ખબર છે કેટલી મજા આવી, પણ મારે એક એમાંથી પોઈન્ટ મને મળ્યો. આપણે જ્યાં જઈએ ને ત્યાંથી મને આમ પ્રભુની કંઈક વાતો કંઈક જાણવા મળે, કંઈક શીખવા મળે, ટોપિક ને એવું. તો એક વસ્તુ મેં માર્ક કરી, આખો દિવસ તો બરાબર હતો, મજા કરી, રમ્યા, આપણે શીખ્યા, બધું જાત જાતની રાઈટ ગેમ્સ, પણ છેલ્લે રાતે આપણે ગયા હતા શાના માટે, જુલાઈ 4th શાના માટે પોપ્યુલર છે? ફાયરવર્ક્સ. ફાયરવર્ક્સ ચાલુ થયું ને ત્યારે અહીંયા ફટાકડો ફૂટે, અહીંયા કશું ફૂટે, પછી પાછળ વાતે એટલે આમ જોઈએ. તો મને એક જણાએ તો કહ્યું બી ખરું કે આમ ના બેસો તો બધું દેખાય. એટલે પણ મને બહુ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ છે, આપણે આમ જોવા જતા નથી, લોકો ગયા જ છે જુલાઈ 4th, તો આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ ફુલ્લી એન્જોય જુલાઈ 4th. તો હું બધે ધ્યાન રાખતો હતો. એટલી બધી જોઈને થાકી ગયા અને પેલું બધું અહીંયા થોડું થયું, અહીંયા થોડું થયું, અને પછી અમને થયું કે આ તો ઓકે હતું, આમાં શું તો ચાલે, પણ ઓકે મજા આવી. પણ પછી અમે જ્યારે પેકઅપ કરતા હતા કે ચલો હવે 9 વાગી ગયા હવે જઈએ, ત્યારે ખરું ફાયરવર્ક્સ ચાલુ થયું હનિંગ્ટન બીચના પિયર ઉપર લેફ્ટમાં. ત્યાં આગળ જે ફાયરવર્ક થયું ને એટલું જોરદાર હતું. અને અમે તો પેલું પેક કરીને બધા ચાલતા હતા, અમે પૂરેપૂર જે પહેલાં મેં ફાંફા માર્યા ને એના કરતાં મેં ખાલી પેલાની જ રાહ જોયો હોત ને તો મને મજા આવતી. એટલું જોરદાર. અને એની જે ગ્રેન્ડ ફિનાલી જે એ લોકો કહે છે ને કે એક પછી એકમાંથી ધડાધડ બધા 5-10 મિનિટ ચાલુ રહે, ગ્રેન્ડ ફિનાલી તો એટલી જોરદાર હતી. આઈ ડોન્ટ નો તમારા મને કોણે જોઈ, ઘણા લોકોને કદાચ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ નહીં હોય, કદાચ ઇન્ડિયામાં કહે છે બહુ જોરદાર જોયા હોય, આપણને કોઈ કહેતું હતું, પણ કહે છે કે અહીંયા આગળ મેં તો ઇન્ડિયા નથી જોયો, પણ અમારા માટે ઇટ વોઝ વન્ડરફુલ, રાઈટ? પણ પછી મને એક વિચાર આવ્યો કે આપણે આપણા જીવનમાં નાની નાની ને આડી અવળી બાબતોમાં એટલા બધા થાકી જઈએ છીએ ને, પેલી ઈશ્વરની જ્યારે ગ્રેન્ડ ફિનાલી થાય છે ને ત્યારે આપણે એ તરફ જોવાનું આપણે ચૂકી જઈએ છીએ. સો આઈ વુડ પાસ ઓન દેટ મેસેજ ટુ યુ કે આપણે શું થાય કે નાનું થાય ને, ચલો આ ટ્રાય કરું, ચલો આને પૂછી આવું, ચલો પેલા કાઉન્સેલરને મળી આવું, પણ જે ગ્રેન્ડ ફિનાલી પ્રભુએ રાખી છે ને એની રાહ જુઓ, અને પ્રભુ તરફ જ જો મેં ખાલી એ જ બાજુ ખુરશી કરીને હું બેઠો હોત ને તો પૂરેપૂરો આનંદ મળ્યો હતો, રાઈટ? સો ડુ યુ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ માય પોઈન્ટ? નાના નાના બધા બહુ થશે શો આપણા લાઈફમાં, ફટાકડાઓ બહુ ફૂટશે, ઘણા સુરસુરિયાઓ બી ફૂટશે, પણ એની ગ્રેન્ડ ફિનાલીની રાહ જુઓ. એ મારી તમને એ છે. બહુ જ બધું ચાલતું હશે, આ ચર્ચનો પ્રોગ્રામ, પેલો પ્રોગ્રામ, ફલાણો, પણ એમાં તમે પેલી બાબત ભૂલી ના જતા કે એટ ધી એન્ડ ઓસમ ગોડ, આપણે જે ગીત ગાયું એ ઓસમ ગોડની રાહ જુઓ. એ જે કરવાના છે ને, મેં હમણાં એક મેસેજ સાંભળ્યો અને આઈ વિલ પ્રે ઓન ધેટ, આઈ મીન પ્રિપેર ઓન ધેટ ટુ. જ્યારે આપણે રેવલેશન, આના પછી નંબર્સ પછી રેવલેશન છે, રેવલેશનમાં જે નવું જેરુસલેમ, ધ ન્યૂ જેરુસલેમનો એક ટોપિક છે, અને ન્યૂ જેરુસલેમ જે સિટી એણે ડિસ્ક્રાઇબ કર્યું છે, તમને એમ થાય કે ઓ માય ગોડ, આપણી કોઈ તમે લોસ એન્જલસ, ન્યુયોર્ક સારામાં સારું મોડર્ન હાઈ રાઇઝર્સ વાળું પેલો અલ બુરુજ બાંધે કે જે બુરુજ જે બી બાંધવું હોય તો બાંધ, પણ પેલું જે સિટી બાંધ્યું છે 1500 સ્ક્વેર માઇલ્સ. સ્ક્વેર માઇલ્સ એટલે ક્યુબ, આમ બી 1500 માઇલ અને આમ બી 1500 માઇલ. 1500 માઇલ એટલે આપણું જે અંદર અત્યારનું એટમોસ્ફિયર છે એની બી બહાર નીકળી જશે. અને દેટ ઇઝ ધ સિટી ગોડ હેઝ પ્રિપેર્ડ. અને મેં અમે જ્યારે ભણતા હતા એના ત્યારે કોઈ એ જ ક્વેશ્ચન કરેલો, પણ દેટ મીન્સ કે 600 માળ હોય બિલ્ડિંગના અને તમારે 600માં માળે જવું હોય તો પછી કેવી રીતે જઈશું? પણ વોટ વી ફોરગેટ કે એ વખતે આપણી ગ્લોરીફાઈડ બોડી હશે. ઓલ વી હેવ ટુ ડુ ઇઝ આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ બી ઓન 600th ફ્લોર ઇન રૂમ 601. યુ આર ધેર. યુ ડોન્ટ નીડ ટુ ટેક એલિવેટર કે દાદર ચડ, લાઇટ ગઈ છે દાદર ચડવા પડશે એવું તો થવાનું નથી, રાઈટ? એ ખાલી અમદાવાદમાં થતું છે. But anyway, so we will talk about that someday. So these are exciting news about MGM. Okay, let's keep learning together. Tomorrow koi input hoy to mane aapta rejo, constructive input we can change. And I think 2 minutes maybe apne bahut time na le कारण तुम्हारा honest I think I don't know ने कितना करा मुझे हमारे बहुत time level ले थी लोग basically पण कोई ने I think केहू से तो let's take 2 minutes जो कोई ने करे कर प्रभु ने विषय की बाबत I don't want to take that away from you. Okay, honest, you're up.
Let's turn to Acts 27. I'm going to remove this because it's scary. I want to tell you a story. So, मैं क्या गुजराती में क्या जानूँ साहब एक बार एक speaker आता है. He's a very good speaker. नानी बाइबल स्टडी बहुत जोरदार बाइबल स्टडी. I mean everyone loved him. You know. अरे एक बार यार किधर क्या तो तुम बहुत मस्त बोलो कि तुम एक बार पुलपिट आकर जो है बोलसा तो क्या हाँ अंदर बोली. पक्षी ये आगर है पक्षी बाहर पक्षी के क्या सुधी હું અને મારા પ્રભુ જાણતા હતા કે મારા કયા ટોપિક પર બોલવાનું છે પણ અહીંયા ઊભા રહ્યા પછી એવું લાગે છે કે હવે પ્રભુ જ જાણે કે મારે શું બોલવાનું છે અરે જ્યારે મેં સાંભળ્યું ત્યારે મને હસવા આવ્યું but now I know how it feels. So let's pray before we go into that. Father, thank you for this opportunity that you have given me, Lord. I'm nothing without you. I'm just a tool. I'm just a pipeline that your Spirit flows. It's not me, but it's whom am I connected to. So Lord, speak to every one of us and open our heart. And if we are tired or bored or we had a long day, Lord, I pray that your presence be among us. And there is a pleasure in your presence. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Tony said my topic is shipwreck, but I thought, okay, let's change to black box investigation. Anybody know what is black box? Please don't say. Okay, that's my Wikipedia. So, black box is used in the aviation industry, like airlines, you know. So, what happened, like when they had a crash, it is hard to find, like it is scattered, you know, like viman toodiya then tukde thi hai. But how to find out what caused the wreck or what caused the crash? So all the nations get together and then say, okay, let's make a device that records everything, you know. So the black box is a device that records everything. It's like audio recording. And
yeah.
I need to, okay. So the black box can typically specify to withstand an impact of 34 kg and temperature of over 1000 centigrade. Can you imagine that? So if the plane burst in fire, the black was still intact. And it doesn't say here, but it can stay up to 30 days in a salt water. Nothing can happen. No, it cannot be deleted. Can you go next slide? Okay, so I said. So what happens, like when the crash happens? So what they do, they take out the black box and then they listen to the audio. So like there is a conversation constantly between pilot and the air traffic control tower. So they want to see like what happened. You know, like hey, if they don't find out, then they will. That's the last option, and you know it's very hard to find. Next. On March 2005, there was a plane crash, Southwest Airlines flight 1455, crashed into ocean, and you know there were investigation, and then all the people went in. They checked like, oh man, the engine is okay. If you know landed like, oh, the engine oil is okay, coolant is good, there is enough pressure in the tire. Then what caused the crash? You know they couldn't find out. So it's okay, let's take out the black box and then they hear the recording, and what they hear they couldn't believe. Lawsuit after lawsuit because it was a pilot mistake. The crash happened because the pilot did not follow the manual. He says, I know what to do in this situation, I can figure it out, I have a degree, I can do it. Hashtag ego. And that's why the plane crashed. It was a crash that could be avoidable. You could have avoided that, but because of one mistake, he didn't listen, he didn't follow the manual. That's why so many fathers, so many sons, so many children, they lost their lives because of one mistake. Now all you're thinking, I know, like, I want to see the black box. Before that, hold on. The black box is not black, and it's not a box. So why they call black box? I don't know. Next slide. Here it looks like. Whoa, it's I don't know, my t-shirt and it matched, but it's a coincidence. So that's what it looks like. So we want to study the crash, not of a plane, but of a sea. You know, of course, there is a famous shipwreck in the history is Titanic in 1912 that was crashed into like what do you call it? Snow iceberg, yeah. But this one was way before Titanic. It is recorded in next slide. The black box recording of X-27. Our black box is not a device, but it's a Luke. Don't look there. His name is Luke. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. So Luke is a guy who wrote the Acts. And let's study. So you know, like the black box has a different. It is 24 hours recording. So we're gonna divide into parts. There will be 5 parts. There will be a study, or it's called investigation. The reason I choose the title Black Box Investigation because it was a discovery show. So what they do, the movie maker, they go to interview the passengers of the flight, pilots, investigators, and they pay money, and they would pay a lot of money to get the original recording, and then after that they made the show. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna study the recording of Luke, our black box. So let's turn to Acts chapter 27. And I would like to request Glory to play the first part, Acts 27, verse 2, verse 8. Because she is wearing orange and it looks like that, so you have to do it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, that's our first recording. That's a recording of Black Box. So the Luke is our recorder. So like when it was decided, it doesn't say. So here's the backstory. Paul was thrown into jail because of his preaching the word of God. So and then when he went to before a court, they say, hey, you know what, dude, you are a threat to public. He said, I'm not a threat. Preaching gospel, I don't threaten anyone. I don't threaten the Roman government. So, but the Jewish leaders said, no, you have to go to die. And then he pulled out his trump card. You know what, I'm a Roman citizen. I appeal to Supreme Court. I want to appeal to Caesar himself. And when the centurion here, like he has a Roman citizenship, they will freak out because according to Roman law, you cannot give like a punishment to innocent. So he said, I want to travel. So and then before that, God put into his heart a dream that you will speak before the Caesar. And when the people heard about, like, what, are you kidding me? It's like equivalent of, I want to go to Syria and preach to the ISIS leader. So like, are you kidding me? They want to kill you, you know. But now it happened. And guess what? Who is paying for the trip? Caesar himself. When he heard that, like, okay, bring this guy out. So what can we learn about God? God knows Caesar's credit card number. He got a free trip, and who is paying that? The bill is going into not to Paul, but his bill will go to Caesar. So God is awesome. He knows everything. And they were traveling other prisoners too. But Paul was a special case. Remember, he was a suspect. So they were decided like, did he commit a crime or not? They are not decided yet. They were decided in Italy or Rome. But the other prisoners, they were like Walking Dead. They will go to Rome because of they will be presented in a circus. You know, like in an arena where people get together. They will eat their popcorn, and Caesar will throw these men, and they will unleash the lions. And the lion will kill them all, and people will laugh. They love violence, and that's why these men are walking dead, but not the Paul. So Paul was sick, saying, you know, like, I have a doctor note. So the Julius, our guy, our commanding officer, said, you know what, you can bring your own doctor, Luke, and we can see other people here. Verse 3, RJ Tim, and then, oh my gosh, what's weird name? Archistus, a Macedonian of Thessalonica, and then the other guys. So like, the Luke is showing us our eternity, or what do you call the ticket? You know, like, this is our ticket, these are our passenger names. So okay, we're good with that. And then by the grace of God, they treated Paul kindly. So can you go to the maps? I want to show you. Next. They are starting from here, and they are starting from here. And then they will go to here, and then that's right here is the connecting flight. So they will change the seat and they will transfer to Alexandria. Okay, and then they started, and then they, because there was a wind, you know, they didn't have an engine board, so definitely it will be hard. And this is the month of September or October, because it says after the Passover, it will, or if you in NLT, it says in the fall. So it's between September and November, and that time there was a big storms in the sea. Alright, so that's our first recording of a black box, which says why we are there and who are the passengers. Now let's play our another second part from verse 9 to 12. Anyone would like to volunteer? Anyone wearing orange? So it matches our color. No, me. Yeah,
I will try. The only thing is my eyes don't work as well. Okay. So only 9 and 10?
9 to 12.
So since much time had been lost and see, I can see sailing was now dangerous because
even the
yeah, I cannot.
Fast.
My eyes are so bad. Or did, okay, sorry, I can't. So, in a minute.
વખત સોનો થયો વખત ઘણો ગયો હતો અને હવે સફર કરવી એ જોખમ ભરેલું હતું કેમ કે ઉપવાસ સહિતનો દિવસ વીતી ગયો અને પાઉલે તેઓને ચેતવણી આપીને કહ્યું કે ભાઈઓ મને ભાસે છે કે આ સફરમાં કેટલા માલને તથા વહાણને હાનિ તથા ઘણું નુકસાન થશે એટલું જ નહીં પણ આપણા જીવનું પણ જોખમ થશે પણ પાઉલે જે કહ્યું તે કરતાં એમને તથા વહાણના માલિકના કહેવા પર સુબેદારે વધારે લક્ષ આપ્યું વળી શિયાળો કડવા સારું તે બંદર સફળ ભરેલું પણ ન હોવાથી ઘણાએ એવી સલાહ આપી કે આપણે અહીંથી નીકળીએ અને કોઈ પણ રીતે ફેનિકસ પહોંચી અને ત્યાં શિયાળો કાઢીએ એ કીટનું એક બંદર છે અને ઈશાન તથા અગ્નિફળની સામે તેનું મુખ છે.
Okay, so now they are on the boat and then they were sitting and then chilling and then Paul says, man, I think I perceive that this voyage will end with disaster and much loss, not only with cargo and sea, but our also lives. He was saying, and then when he says, you know what, you guys have a degrees, you have an EMV license, like Department of Mediterranean Vessels, because it's a Mediterranean Sea. So but I think we will have a shipwreck. And then Julius and the captain said, who are you? You are a preacher, what do you know about the weather? These guys have experienced and these guys have a degree and they've been doing this for their lives. So I think I'm going to listen to them. So let's pause for a second. We've been in this situation every single day in the shoes of Julius. Who do you listen to? Either you listen to Paul, or God's people, or God's word, or you would listen to the worldly wisdom, like it's better because they are the expert, they have the skills, they know better than you. So for example, when you have a long day and then it happens every Sunday, when it's okay to go 5 minutes late, no big deal. And Satan will say, oh, that's okay, man. 5 minutes, nobody's there, Prayer, pratna, we can't speak in. Nobody says anything. So, and every time, and if you go to the restaurant or something, and then, take it, that's fine, no big deal. No one sees that. Or sometimes we download music from the website that you don't pay, and they say, oh, that's okay, no big deal. So that's Julius is like, who do I listen to? Do you listen to Paul or do I listen to the captain? He says, okay, I go with the captain. Paul says, okay, cool, let's see how that goes. So, and that's our second part of recording. Let's play our third part recording. That's going to be long because from verse 13 to 38. I would read, that's fine. Or 21, you can read 13 to
38. Okay. It's a storm at the sea. When a moderate south wind began to blow, they thought they could achieve their purpose. So they weighed anchor and began to sail past Crete, close to the shore. But soon a violent wind, called the northeaster, rushed down Crete. Since the ship was caught and could not be turned head-on into the wind, we gave way to it and were driven. By running under the lee of a small island called Codev, we were scarcely able to get the ship's boat under control. After hoisting it up, they took measures to undergird the ship. Then, fearing that they would run on the Syrtis, they lowered the sea anchor and so were driven. We were being pounded by the storm so violently that on the next day they began to throw the cargo overboard. And on the third day, with their own hands, they threw the ship's tackle overboard. When neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, and no small tempest raged, all hope of our being saved was at last abandoned. Since they had been without food for a long time, Paul then stood up among them and said, Men, you should have listened to me and not have set sail from Crete, and thereby avoided this damage and loss. I urge you now to keep up your courage, for there will be no loss of life among you, but only of the ship. For last night there stood by me an angel of the God to whom I belong and whom I worship. And he said, do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand before the emperor, and indeed, God has granted safety to all those who are sailing with you. So keep up your courage, men, for I have faith in God that it will be exactly as I have been told. But we will have to run aground on some island. When the 14th night had come, as we were drifting across the Sea of Adria, about midnight the sailors suspected that they were nearing land. So they took soundings and found 20 fathoms. A little further on they took soundings again and found 15 fathoms. Fearing that we might run on the rocks, they let down 4 anchors from the stern and prayed for day to come. But when the sailors tried to escape from the ship and had lowered the boat into the sea on the pretext of putting out anchors from the bow, Paul said to the centurion and the soldiers, "Unless these men stay in the ship, you cannot be saved." Then the soldiers cut away the ropes of the boat and set it adrift. Just before daybreak, Paul urged all of them to take some food, saying, "Today is the 14th day that you have been in suspense and remaining without food, having eaten nothing. Therefore I urge you to take some food, for it will help you survive. For none of you will lose a hair from your heads." After he had said this, he took bread, and giving thanks to God in the presence of all, he broke it again and began to eat. Then all of them were encouraged and took food for themselves. We were in all 276 persons in the ship. After they had satisfied their hunger, they lightened the ship by throwing the wheat into the sea.
Alright, so this is our third part of recording. So Luke is recording everything. He is like, his personal background is writing everything. Okay, whatever, he's writing everything. So verse 13, it's a good sign because the wind was blowing like a slow, like good, you know, no big deal. Paul says, "Oh, it's gonna be a storm," but I don't think so, Paul. The science looks good. So they thought that's a green light from the weather department. Oh, go ahead, that's okay. No, it will be fine. But verse 14, everything changes. And then says, "But not long after, a tempestuous headwind arose called Miracleman." If you read in NLT, it says typhoon. You know, like, and you know how that is. Like, oh my goodness, it's going crazy. You know, like it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's how life is. You know, if you are not careful, if you think that everything is going on is good, oh, everything is good, and life can change in a second. For example, me, you know, all my story, what happened. So we don't need to put our trust into circumstances. We need to put our trust in God. And this verse 15, it says, "Ship was stuck, and my translation, NKJV says, when the ship was caught and couldn't head into the wind, we let her drive." Wait a minute, the ship is not her. It's not a person. You know, you need to do something about it. How can you let her drive? You know, it's a boat. It's not a person. That's what Luke is recording. And then what happened? Like, why they let her drive? Because imagine, they didn't have power steering at that time. When you do like when you're going in a ride, but the wind was so fast, they were doing like this, you know, and then the steering would go fast. And so look, the captain was, "Look, I'm tired, my hands are hurting, and there are no airbags here." So I let her drive. We will figure that out, whatever happens. And then this is how the people live their lives sometimes. You know, I let my emotions drive my life. I just follow my heart, and that's how people end up in prison. You know, like, do whatever you want, and then, I think today I don't want to stop at the red light, and you will get the ticket in the mail. So, like, you know, as I said, don't how you say, Luke was recording everything, and that's how we connect in our lives. You know, like, so what? But if we let our emotions drive our life, if we let our circumstances decide our happiness, then we will end up just like this in the storm. So we need to let God drive our life. And then verse 16 and 17. The commentary says, "Use cables to undergring the sea." So the procedure is known as frapping. So what they do, like, you know, when you go in the old days, when you go for then they will wrap around with the doordu ke enathi bandhi de, so it will not fall apart. The same thing with the seat. The seat was made out of wood, so that's what they do. They didn't have airbags, so they said, okay, we have our own ways, So they would wrap the seat with the cord, so when they hit, it will not fall apart. It will keep it in the place. That's the technique they used. That's the old technology known as wrapping. And verse 19, what we see? We threw the seed stacker overboard with our own hands. Who are we? Everyone did their own part. Paul or Centurion could say, hey, you, come here, throw this overboard. You here, throw this. No, everyone is doing their job. So when we start it's true in every life, either it's professional or in church. Like say, I can go, fine, there are so many people, they can do it. But God has assigned everyone their part, and if you don't do it, then you will be the one who will pay the price in the end. And one thing I forgot to mention, that this seat they are taking, it was filled with bread. And the Roman Empire, what they do, they would entertain people in this arena or circus. They would provide them bread. Here we give them popcorn. See, back that they provide the bread. And then these prisoners would be killed by lions. So the ship was full of bread and prisoners. I think 275. So you can imagine it's a huge ship. And because of the weight, the ship can sink anytime. So what they do? Okay, let's guys start throwing up everything outside of the ship. And those who work in the restaurant, when you sell bread, what do you get? Money. They are throwing off money out of the ship. When you are in storm, money doesn't count. When you are in storm, and in the Bible says that day of judgment, the money is useless. So at the day of judgment, God doesn't accept American Express or credit card or PayPal. Neither cash too. Okay, I have American dollar, $1,000,000. Sorry, I don't have the system. The only payment He accepts is, I forgot, what can wash away my sin? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. That's the only payment He accepts. So in the time of another thing, when you lose, it's easier to cruise. When you lose your weight, in a running, Paul said, throw away the sins that easily entangle us. Working up so you can run faster. So that's the thing we can learn. Find out in our life, what are the things that we have in our life. So just in case we got into storm, that can, pull us down. Throw away. If you are lighter, it's easier to go through the storm. And verse 20. Now when neither sun nor the stars appear for many days, and no small tempest beat on us, all hope that we would be saved was finally given up. Have you ever gone to a place or driving or a mountain that your GPS is stopped working? And then oh my goodness, come on, it happened to us when we went to the Temecula. When we coming back, our GPS lost, and it was night, and we were where are we at? We have no idea, When we were driving, it became completely dark, and I was we might end up in dead-end street, so we had to make a U-turn. We freaked out. It was on the sea, and it was cool, everything was fine. And back then, do you remember how they navigate have you ever thought how in the world they travel from Israel to Italy without GPS? Because of the stars. They would see the stars and then they decide the direction. And during the day, sun. When we were in school, Purva, Paschim, Uttar, Dakshin, Surat, but here he says, no stars, no sun, means no GPS. We have no idea where we are. And it's all on the road. Remember, they are during the typhoon and no GPS, and they don't know where they are going. Either they are going near to the shore or away deep in the sea. Because if something happens, they didn't have life jacket. You know how far you can swim. So that's why. And then what? And then they says we lost all hope. Wait a minute. Who is saying again? Who is writing again? Who is our black box? Luke. The Luke who wrote the book of Luke and the Acts. He is saying, I lost all hope, we're gonna die for. Then your biographer says, he's writing like, okay, now we lost all hope, period, put on the bottom and throw in the sea. So someday someone will find and it will be the Acts 27. He said, okay, I'm done. Paul was like, Luke, what are you doing, man? You are a believer. How can you lost hope? What can we learn? Even biblical character had bad days. So if you are going through a hard time and like, I don't understand what's happening in my life, you are not alone. Biblical, like for Moses, God told him, like, one day God appeared to Moses and he says, Moses, and he was like, who are you? I am that I am. I want you to go back to Pharaoh. It's like, who? Pharaoh. He says, Pharaoh. The guy who tried to put arrow into my belly, like the one who's trying to kill me, says, yeah, I want you to go back. Then Moses thought for a second and God says, Moses! And Moses says, dial current number check kare. Moses! Hi, this is Moses, please leave a voicemail when I get back. And like, Moses! And maybe Gabriel or Michael like, do it kan ke niche. And so like Moses said, no. Hey dude, calm down, listen to me. You have the staff, and he did, and he became snake. He was like, oh my God, snake! God, snake, cobra! And then it's like, okay. And he pushed pakad. And Moses, he was trying to grab to push it and said, oh wait a minute, I don't watch Discovery Channel, I'm not a fan of Man vs. Wild. Why? But I know you never pick the snake with the tail. Pushri de kadi saap na pakda. You know why? Because it can bite you. God says, no, I want you. Is what tame kehta hai to mothi pakde lo. I can do that, you know, because if you wrap around my arms, no big deal. No. I want you to pick from the tail. And he was like, okay. Boom. Oh my gosh, become sick again. And you might think, okay, Moses would be convinced, right? What would you do? Like, God does this, you would say, okay, I will go. Moses said, you don't have a problem. I can't speak. And God said, what are you doing right now? If you can't speak, then who is, you know what I mean? So like, even biblical character says, no, I can't do that. Elijah, you know, like the Guinness World Record of one man barbecue ever. Like one guy versus 400, and then you know the story, like what happened, he called the fire and then he prayed to God. You know what he prayed? God said, yeah, I want to die, kill me. Oh, what? I want to die. Can you imagine, like, hey, yesterday you got saw the fire from heaven and next day you said you want to die? So, you know, like even biblical character had bad days. So if you're going through bad days, don't worry, you're not alone. And aren't you thankful that God answers no? Can you imagine? I want to die, okay, done. Funeral right there. But God sometimes, He knows better. You know, He didn't say, I want to die, okay, reject. Application rejected. Anyhow. But the thing I like here, like, if you are a Christian, you will go through hard time. You know, Jesus said, follow me. I mean, unless you take up your cross, you cannot be my disciple. And 2 Timothy chapter 3 says, hey, you want to be a believer? Yep, you go through hard time. Good luck. It says that, but here is an art. I learned from a military. Getting comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. That's the art of living. Getting comfortable in uncomfortable situation, you know. And keeping our eyes in the end, you know, like, and it says, my goodness, this is, being a Christian is very hard job. It's very hard work, but why don't you focus at the paycheck in the end? You know, Revelation 21:4, like there will be no more pain, no more sorrow, no more death, you know, no more goodbye. So like, how do you deal with the problems that we go through in our lives? Here is the answer. Keeping your eyes in the end gives you strength in the middle. So we have to keep your eyes in the end, like, you know, the finish line, that the moment you cross there, everything will be forgotten. I mean, the pain you look at like, oh my goodness, it wasn't a big deal. And verse 21, oh man, that's my favorite. But after long abstinence from food, the Paul stood in the mission. Paul was like, man, you should have listened to me. Don't you glad that Paul is not Gujarati? Paul said, मैं किधर हूँ तुम्हारे पास सांभली नहीं कैप्टन नहीं है बता तो तारी डिग्री बता तो कितना मार्क्स आया तारा किधर मजो आता तो बता तारा लाइसेंस बता तो एक्सपायर तो नहीं खाएंगे उन्हें and Julius like oh तंत्र वो experience आता कहीं गो but Paul says man you should have listened to me and I told you not to sell from greed and incur the disaster and loss किधर हूँ तुम लोग का मान्यू क्या नहीं मारो यार. But Paul is a nice guy. Look at verse 23. And now I urge you to take heart. Like, shh, it's okay. It's going to be alright. Because remember, the storm is still on. The ship is going like that. And Paul says, I urge you, take heart. And there will be no more loss of life among you, but only of the ship. It's like, hey, I have good news and bad news. So what is the good news? You will be alive. What is the bad news? The plane we are riding is gonna crash. It's like, what? Yep. Why? Verse 23. For there stood by me this night an angel of God, to whom I belong and whom I serve, saying, don't be afraid, Paul. You must be brought before Caesar. And indeed God granted you all those who sail with you. So Paul was saying, hey guys, yesterday when you were sleeping, I got a voicemail from God. Sorry, not a voicemail, vision mail from God. What's that? Angel of God stood me and he delivered me the message. And what is the message? I said, you'll be fine. So take heart, don't be afraid. And this time, Julius is silent. Notice that. He says nothing, no word. And prisoners are too silent too. Because can you imagine they were talking like, why are you going to Rome? Oh, I need murder. Oh, I need robbery. Paul, why are you going to Rome? Oh, I preach the gospel. I preach the name of Jesus. Like what? And he's doing the same thing again. He's naming the God. And everyone is being dropped silence. No one says, oh, I object. I don't think so. I don't believe in God. Nobody's saying anything. That's the witness of Paul. Like, shh, Julius, the commander, the kind of Navy SEAL guy, says, okay, I believe. And then, however, we must run around on a certain island. And then he says, and then 14th night had come as we were driven up and down to Adriatic Sea. And sailors sensed that they were drawing near some land. So they feel like, okay, they said, you know what, I think we are near to the island. So means what? We can escape, we can escape the storm. And then it goes on and then, so they use the technology like, I don't know, they put something in the water and see like how deep it is. And then they say, first time it was, how many?
15. 20 then 15.
What was?
26, 28.
Yeah, it was 20 fathoms. And then again, so they sense like we are getting near to the shore or after the reckoning Jesus. So they say, then they had a hope. You know what? Maybe we would save our life. Because remember, Luke is in depression right now. He said, we're gonna die. And then Paul he says like, verse 33, implore them all like, hey guys, take food. Saying, there is 14 days you have waited and continued without food and eaten nothing. This verse gives the emotions that has been recorded by Luke. Like, can you imagine 14 days no food? How many of you would like to eat in and out when you are going to die any moment? No, Nobody likes that. They are like, next month we're gonna die, next month we're gonna die, and then it's all 14 days. And it says that, maybe we might do crash, and I want every one of you to put something in your belly, so we would have strength, Maybe we have to swim. And then verse 35, I like that small church service here. When he has said that, these things, listen, look what he does. He didn't say, you eat. He took the bread and gave thanks to God in the presence of how many? All. 276 guys. Like, he is not afraid what people think of me. He says, okay, everyone, can you hear me? Yep. Bow your heads, we're gonna eat. Before we eat, I'm gonna pray. And do you think all people said amen at the end? I think so, because now Paul was telling, hey, I know what's going to happen, and exactly thing is happening, and they are impressed by like, oh my goodness, you have some truth. Then they were all encouraged. Now the food went in. Now like, okay, I get some energy. That's good. And verse 37, it says like, how many the people they were. And 38, when they had eaten up, they lightened the ship and threw out the wheat into the sea. So it's okay. Okay, you guys eat. Are you fresh? Okay, we have some work to do. The ship is too heavy still. We need to throw all the stuff out of the sea. And you might be thinking, why is that? Like, what's the point? When you are driving a car 100 miles per hour and you realize you don't have brakes and there is a dead-end street, how would you feel? Or there is a dip, like, that's the feeling they had. Like, if we crash because of the wind, we don't have brakes, we don't have a steering, it's gonna crash very hard and it will, destroy the seat, and maybe because of the impact, we might die. So that's why they, okay guys, let's go to work, throw the stuff out of the sea. And verse 39. So, and then what happens? Like, when it was the day, then they did not recognize the land, but they observed a bay with a beach onto which they planned to run with the ship if possible. And then they let go of the anchor and let them in the sea. So like, the anchor, because of the anchor, and they are going so fast. So if you are going so fast, if you open the parachute, the parachute could destroy, or the jerk will be so hard that because of the impact they could lose their life too. So okay, cut off the parachute. We don't want any anchor. We will just do the drag. And then they verse 41, but striking a place where two seas meet, they ran the ship around, and the prows struck fast and remained immovable. But the storm was being broken by violence of the waves. So like, by the time the ship is no longer able to hold itself, it's like, like falling apart, kind of. Like when you're going so fast, your bumpers goes out, your lights falls off. It's the same thing that is happening here. Like, everything is falling apart. And the soldiers was planned to kill prisoners, lest any of them should swim away and escape. Somebody says, #prison break. That's what they are trying to do. Like, they said, what? So, and they were doing like, oh, guys, can you work here? We will work in the back and we will be back. And Paul says that, and then he says, Paul says like, guys, Paul told the centurion, hey guys, if they escape, they're gonna die. We all gonna die. So and this is a prototype of the salvation. A lot of people find out like following Christ is hard. I'm gonna take the road of donation, or I'm gonna sponsor a child, or I will do something good. But Paul says, unless you stay with the ship, you will be destroyed. He doesn't say, but that's exactly the salvation looks like. If you try to find your way to heaven apart from Jesus, you will lose your life. If you try to think that, oh, I can make it, it's not too far, you know, the sword is not too far, I can swim. But Paul says, unless you stay with Jesus, you will lose your life. And that's the prototype we see here. And the soldiers, why the soldiers plan to kill? Like, you know, they would say, oh, escape. What can we do, Caesar? Or, oh, we had a shipwreck. You want me to, how do I control a 276 prisoner, you know? Because, why they plan to kill? Because under the Roman law, if I am a soldier, if I am taking a prisoner, let's say the prisoner is and if the prisoner escapes by my mistake or anyone else's mistake, the Caesar will no prisoner escape soldiers say, you know what, if they escape, we will lose our life. But look the grace of God. But the centurion, wanting to save Paul, kept them from their purpose. And he commanded that, and he said, but the centurion find out their plan. Like, you know what? Like, let's put out our sword and kill them all, so we will be safe. And centurions find out somehow. I don't know. Maybe he got the emperor alert from guard. I don't know. I have no idea. And then he told them, because in the military, orders are orders. So he said, hey, don't kill anyone. And he didn't say, but he liked Paul. You know, like, man, these guys is amazing. I don't know, he doesn't say, maybe his life was changed by the gospel. And then say, okay, and he says, how many of you can swim? And everyone raise their hand, okay, jump. And how many of you cannot swim? Raise your hand. And everyone like, man, can't swim. Sorry, we don't have life jackets. So, oh my God, what do we do now? So he said, when the ship was broken, grab something, you know, like, because if it's broken, just grab something. Grab it and then try to swim. And then they were like, made it. Where they went? Malta. So I want to explain briefly what happened. So they landed in Malta, and then people were kind, like, oh, these guys looks like nice, and say, oh, come, we'll help you out. Don't worry about it. We will not kill you. And then it was cold, so the Paul, oh my goodness, he is amazing. He says, you know, it's so cold in here, and we don't have any Macy's jacket with us. So okay, let's put fire. So Paul, now notice, remember, he was tired already. You know, like, it's heavy stuff, and you, like, the ship can contain 300 men. Imagine how many stock they had, and they were throwing with the hands. The hands are like very heavy. Paul says, okay, don't worry guys, you take rest. He himself went, took some woods, and what happened? And it beat him. And the people of Malta were like, oh my goodness, he's a prisoner. Now look at that. Justice is like, he escaped the sea, now the snake beat him. So maybe he must be a bad guy. And Paul's like, can you quit talking and do something about it? The snake is hanging on my hand. Can you do something? You know, do you have any injection or something? And then the horses, people are waiting. Let me read. It's funny. When the ratings, verse 4, it says, no doubt this man is a murderer whom though he was escaped the sea, yet justice does not allow to live. But he shook off the creature into the fire and suffered no harm. So Paul like, can you do something? People like saying, they're staring at him like the snake. And they said like, throw the snake into the fire. And then, what happens? However, verse 6, they were expecting that he would be swelled up suddenly and fall down dead. They were waiting him to die, and instead of doing nothing, you know, do something. You know, he was like, okay, let's wait. And then they were checking, my clock is working or not? He's not dying. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. And then they said, oh, he's a God. They're doing like this. And Paul says, no. But let's pause here. That's how the world treats us, huh? Sometimes they say, you are a murderer. And next moment, you are God. So don't live your life based on what world thinks about you. Don't live your life what people comment on your photos or on your post. We need to do what Paul did. He listened to God, what God says about him, not the world, because they can change their opinion any moment. And then they honor, and then finally they arrive at the room. So I want to pull out some 5 truths that we can learn from this story. Can you? Leadership is not a title; it's a lifestyle. Look, Paul is prisoner, but can you imagine? He stood up and said, "Hey guys, okay, let's do this." And he didn't say, "Look, come here. Can you do that? Can you throw them stuff away?" And then he stood up and he prayed. Like some people would wait for like, "Oh man, tell me and then I will do it." Paul was not like that. You know, like no one is helping me, no one is helping me to put fire, no one is helping me to get rid of snake. Okay, I will do it. He set an example. So we as a Christian, everyone is called leader. And leadership is not like, I'm the one, look at me, you know, everyone follows my order. But it's like servant, like Christ himself, you know, he didn't come to be served, but to serve. And the second truth we can learn from this, I love this one. You can stay up, even the ship goes down when you don't belong to your belongings. Now, the ship was going down. What would happen if you stay with the ship? You will go down too. And some people are so like attached to their belongings, like my car, or my careers, my dreams, the way I look, my body, my gym, or you know, whatever, you name it. In 2008 and 1926, when they had a Great Depression, you know how so many millionaires took their lives. I mean, you just lose your money. Your money will go down. If you attach to it, you are going down too. So many people taking their lives because someone says something on their Facebook like you're ugly or something. Just detach yourself with belongings and you will stay up. And guess what? Your seat is going down one day. How long you can be young? You know, how long you can exercise and stay young? Maybe 80 years, 90 years. But you don't have to go down with the ship. You can stay up if you put the life jacket, which is Jesus Christ. You know, like Jesus is throwing the rope at you. Like, hey, grab it. But remember, the one hand is, the rope is held by Jesus. So whose responsibility? It's our responsibility that we will accept His invitation. Revelation 3:20 says, I knock at the door. Whoever opened the door, I will come and guess what? I will eat with him. Oh, that's good. We will have a lunch together. He's not like a Satan, he's just gonna break your door open. He will knock, and unless you open. And why he knocks? Because the door is locked from inside, not from outside, otherwise he doesn't have to knock. Okay, next. When you are bitten by snakes, take it off and burn brighter. Whenever, what Paul was doing? He was helping the people like, okay, you are cold, well, let me put the fire and the snake shows up. Exactly the same thing. When you do something good for God, the devil will show up. The Satan will show up because whatever God does, Satan opposes. And what do you do when devil brings a difficulty in your life? Just shake it off and burn brighter. Like Paul, you know, you want to stop me? For me, it's to live Christ and die again. You know, I live for Christ. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, I go to heaven. How do you stop this guy? You know, unstoppable. Daniel, you wanna kill me? Go ahead, no big deal. If God helps, He helps. If doesn't, well, at His will. What can we do? So when you go through hard time, just fight hard and burn brighter, because The stars shines brighter when there is a dark. This one is somebody brought it up like your presence can bring storm into people's lives or bring people out of it. Even though you are a Christian, you want proof? Jonah or Yuna. Remember he was going to Tarsus? People were just chilling. They were there. They had nothing to do with Jonah, and then Jonah went in. The storm came in. Like, what? Why did you do that? You know, people were innocent. They didn't do anything. They were not prisoners. They just traveled, and because of that, the storm came into their life. Or you are like Paul. Like, even though storm comes, he helps people to get out of the storm. બીજા મુશ્કેલીમાંથી બહાર કાઢવા. આપણું કેવું character? Like you know, when you walk up and people say, oh, he's again, oh, she's again, or like, oh, you, how are you doing, man? What kind of character are we at work, in your family? Are we Paul or Jonah? Remember, those both are believers. They both worship the same God. And it is possible that because of your presence, the storm can come into someone else's life. Or because of your presence, people can go through the storm. You may have a pen and a paper, but only God's writes the ending. Luke says, okay, I'm done. Can you imagine Paul is like, what are you writing? We're gonna die. And I'm gonna put the like a scroll into water and then throw it off. So someday they will read our stories. But you have a pen and paper, but only God writes the ending. If you can turn to Philippians 4:22, that's the ending of the story, not Acts. It's way far in Philippians 4:22. Can anyone read, please?
All God's people here send you greetings, especially those who belong to Caesar's household.
Whose household? Can remember? Caesar, the emperor. Now we say, okay, they saved their life, they were alive, Paul was okay. But imagine Paul went to Italy when stood before the Caesar, but Caesar did not accept Christ. But his household, his family, his friends, his soldiers, maybe his elite officers, you know, he was in chain and he was preaching the gospel. And when he was writing and said, hey, Philippians, Caesar's household says, praise the Lord. Like, what? Caesar's? The guy who hates us? Yep. Some of them accepted Christ. So that's the ending, you know. Not like they made it, but so many people got saved because of Paul's witness. And when we go to heaven, then we will see some prisoners that Paul preached, and they would say, hey guys, did you read Acts 27? Yep. Did you see life jacket? No, there was a life jacket and his name was Jesus, and we took it. And that's why we are here. So the proof is because when he prayed, nobody did objection. They just followed Paul. So if you can remember anything from my message, or I want you to remember only one thing. The life will pass. The life will pass so fast. The life will pass so fast. Whatever you do for Christ, that's only thing will last. Thank you.
All right. Stay here. Let's give him another round of applause. મને એક વિચાર આવે છે કે અમુક વાર બાર્બેક્યુ કરીએ ને, હવે તો પેલું ગેસ વાળું આવ્યું, પહેલાં કોલસા સળગાવો ને, અમુક કોલસા સળગ થોડી વાર થાય, પણ પછી એવા સળગે એને બંધ કરતા નાકે દમ નીકળી જાય. પેલું તમારે બંધ કરીને અંદર જવું હોય ને, પણ પેલા હજી સળગે છે. મને કે આ કોલસા પણ કેમ? Why is he on fire? He's on fire because what God has done for him. I think આપણે બધાના પણ જીવનમાં આઈ હોપ કે આવો એ જે પ્રસંગમાંથી ગયો એવા પ્રસંગમાંથી જવાની જરૂર નથી, પણ ઘણી બધી બાબતો એવી આપણા જીવનમાં બનતી હોય છે કે ઓનલી ગોડ હેઝ હેલ્પ્ડ અસ. ઈશ્વરે નોકરીની બાબત હોય, ઘણા લોકો આપણા એવું શેર કરશે કે જોબ બહુ ડિફિકલ્ટ હતી મળવાની અને કેવી રીતે ઈશ્વરે છેલ્લી ઘડીએ મદદ કરી, અથવા તો લગ્ન નક્કી કરવાની બાબત હતી પણ છેલ્લી ઘડીએ છોકરી મળી, બરાબર, સમથિંગ લાઈક ધેટ. પણ જ્યારે એવું થાય ને એ ફાયર ઠંડો ના પડવા દેતા. દેટ ઇઝ ધી આઈડિયા. આઈ થિંક મેં ઓનેસ્ટને બોલવાનું એટલા માટે જ કહ્યું કારણ કે અત્યારે એના અહીંયા સળગી રહ્યું છે બધું જાતનું, અને હી વોઝ એક્સાઇટેડ આખા અઠવાડિયા પહેલાંથી કે હું શું કહી નાખું ને હું શું બોલી નાખું, અને યુ કુડ સી દેટ કે કેટલું આમ હજી એને મને લાગે તમે કરવા બોલાવો તો તમે હજી ચાલો, રાઈટ? સો બટ થેન્ક યુ ઓનેસ્ટ. વેરી ગુડ પોઈન્ટ્સ, દેટ ઓસમ. આઈ થિંક આપણે જે જોયું જાણ્યું, અને તારી સ્ટાઇલ બધી જોરદાર. આઈ થિંક દેટ્સ અનધર થિંગ. તમે જુવાન માણસને બોલવાનું આપો તો નો હેશટેગ એવું બધું સાંભળવા મળે. So I think I hope that you enjoyed it. I know probably you might think it was a little long, but I think there was a lot. I mean, આખી સ્ટોરી, આખી જર્ની, અને એમાંથી આપણે એન્ડમાં આપણે કેટલું શીખી શકીએ. So and if nothing else, what I said in the beginning, that if you have a better way, then tell me when you start doing it. એટલે કહું ને બિલીગ્રામ જેવું કે ભાઈ બધા ખોટું કોઈ કહે છે કે આવું કર્યું પણ કશું કરતા ના હોય તો પછી we cannot say at least he is doing it, at least he is on the fire for the Lord, at least he loves the Lord, at least he wants to stand up and jump and dance for the Lord. પ્રભુએ પેલો લંગડાવાળો નહીં સાજો કર્યો અને નાચતો ને કૂદતો. I mean, I think એને બી જો તર્ક મળ્યો તો એવી સન્માન આપ્યું હતું ને. So anyway, I think we're going to end the service right here. We will just conclude it. We will not do the last song. Jo tamne Ishwar dore, and if you want to give the offering, you can do it after the service. I will pray for it right now, and we will just ask for the last blessing. Okay? So let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you. Prabhu, આભાર માનીએ છીએ કે અજાયબ જેવા દેવ જે પાઉલની સાથે પણ હતા અને લૂકની સાથે પણ હતા અને એ શિપ ઉપરના 276 લોકોની સાથે પણ હતા, અને આજે તમે અમારી સાથે પણ છો. એ જ દેવ આજે પ્રત્યેકની સાથે છે. એ જ દેવ આજે અમને સંભાળી રહ્યા છે. એ જ દેવ જે વચન આપે છે એને પાળે છે. જ્યારે તમે કહો છો કે તમે ચિંતા ના કરો પ્રભુ, અને હું તમને કિનારા પર લાવીશ, તમને હું કોઈ પણ તોફાનમાંથી બહાર લાવીશ, અને તમને હું કિનારા ઉપર અને સી શોર ઉપર પગ મુકાવીશ, ત્યારે પ્રભુ એ વચન તમે પૂરું કરનાર દેવ છો. ત્યારે પ્રભુ અમે એવું માંગીએ છીએ આજે કે જ્યારે તોફાન ચાલતું હોય, જ્યારે મોજાઓ ઉછળતા હોય, જ્યારે અમારી વિરુદ્ધ પ્રભુ કંઈક ચાલતું હોય દુનિયામાં, જ્યારે અમને એવું લાગતું હોય કે ધીસ ઇઝ ધ લાસ્ટ મોમેન્ટ, મારે જીવ આપી દેવો છે, આગળ નથી વધવું, ત્યારે એવા સમયે પ્રભુ અમે એવું માંગીએ છીએ કે અમારી નજર તમારી સમક્ષ રહે. તમારા વચનમાંથી અમે આજે જે શીખ્યા એ બાબત અમારા મનમાં આગળ આવે કે પ્રભુ બીજું કોઈ ભલે ગમે તે કહે, દુનિયા ભલે ગમે તે કહે, અમારા હાથમાં કદાચ પેન અને પેપર હોય, પણ પ્રભુ ધ એન્ડિંગ ઇઝ ગુડ, ધ એન્ડિંગ ઇઝ રિટન બાય યુ. અમે તો કદાચ ખાલી એક પેજ જોઈ શકીએ છીએ, એક દિવસ કદાચ એક ક્ષણ જોઈ શકીએ છીએ, બટ યુ નો ધ એન્ડિંગ. You are the Alpha and the Omega. You know already what is going to happen. And Lord, we just want to trust you. એટલે અમે આભાર માનીએ છીએ પ્રભુ તમારા વચનો માટે, અને આ જે વચનમાંથી અમને જે શીખવાનું મળે છે એના માટે ફરી ઓનેસ્ટને એના જીવનને અમે તમારા હાથમાં સોંપીએ છીએ. અને એવી જ રીતે અહીંયા બેઠેલી એક વ્યક્તિને અમે તમારા હાથમાં સોંપવા માંગીએ છીએ પ્રભુ. ફરીથી હું રિપીટ કરવા માંગુ છું કે આ એક એવી જગ્યા છે કે જ્યાં પ્રભુ તમે આવનાર દિવસોને માટે લીડર્સ ટ્રેન કરો, અને ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ જસ્ટ યંગ પીપલ. આજે કોઈકની મોટી ઉંમરમાં પણ જો એમને એવું થાય કે મારે કંઈક કરવું છે પ્રભુ, તો ઇટ ઇઝ નેવર ટુ લેટ. Even on the last day of our life, we can do something for you. So I pray that we will be able to listen to your voice and follow it. પ્રભુ આજે દાનો પ્રભુ તમે અમને આપો છો અહીંયા, એના માટે પણ આભાર માનીએ છીએ. આપણને આશીર્વાદિત કરો, અને એ દાન પ્રભુ વળતા તમારા મહેમાનને અર્થે વપરાય એવું તમે થવા દેજો. પ્રભુ ફરીથી આ અમારી આખી ટોળીને તમારા હાથમાં સોંપતા પ્રભુ ઈસુના નામમાં માંગીએ છીએ, સાંભળો અને સ્વીકાર કરો. અને હવે પ્રભુ પવિત્ર આત્માનો પ્રેમ, પ્રભુ ઈસુની કૃપા, એમનો પણ પ્રેમ અને પવિત્ર આત્માની સંગત અને એમની માર્ગદર્શન અને દોરવણી અમારી સાથે, તમારા સર્વ લોકોની સાથે આજથી તે પ્રભુ ઈસુ ફરી આવે ત્યાં સુધી રહેજો. આમેન. આમેન. Thank you very much.